On tonight's program, ladies and gentlemen, we have something that's going to make you sick.
Hello, my beautiful aliens, and welcome back to the Authentically Blue podcast. I am your host, Carlson, and in today's episode, we are talking all about being a boss babe. The time is currently 12:28 a.m., Sunday, the 7th of September, 2025, and I am in my mama's car. In case you're new here, I did a whole episode saying goodbye to this car because I thought my mom was selling it. It was very sad. I had a whole all-day to the goodbye to the car episode, and the car has not been sold. So here we are, recording in my mom's car, which I know she's going to sell this car for sure, but I think up until it's actually sold, we're going to do the podcast episodes in here. Today is 7th of September, as I just mentioned. There's supposed to be a bloody moon, and I think it's going to be tomorrow. I am doing an Authentic Rambles episode. In case you're new here, the Authentic Rambles episodes are episodes where I ramble about what my life has been like recently, specifically tied to a topic, or sometimes just rambling. As you can tell, this one's all about Boss Babe. The idea of this episode came when last weekend I was at my aunt's place and I was talking all about, I went with a friend, she was going through some things, and my aunt was like, you need to be a boss babe. And the idea of how her terminology, I think the word boss babe has been used before in different places online, but I think for me, the way that I know it or use it is that, or from how she was explaining it, was basically being a boss babe is owning your mindset and knowing that things are going to work out for you and you are deserving of good things. And when she was explaining this to my friend, I remember just thinking to the person I was with, it's kind of, life has been really chaotic and crazy, you guys. I did the first part of this podcast episode, the first trial of it not long ago. And then I think I was like, nah, I want to do another part of it. And I want to do another version of it in the car and see how it goes. But so here I am posting this one regardless, and it's going to be very authentic rumble vibes. Life has been, I'm going on a tangent right now. Life has been really crazy. I think, to put it in a snapshot of what's happened, a colleague of mine I was working with died when everybody at work went to a different town to attend an ex-colleague's wedding. And after the wedding, the first part of the ceremony, they went to the ocean to swim and he drowned. And it was really fucking surreal to me because he was 29 years of age. He was going to get married in November. He was very jovial. He knows how to swim. Like, there's so many things that are, like, it's so crazy. I genuinely talk about it a lot on the podcast on how it's like life is really short and we don't know when our time will be and all of these things. But it's like, I really try and live authentically and honestly as possible. And with this whole like boss babe mindset, I'm like, you know what? All these things that have been affecting me in ways that I don't even know how, I'm like, I'm not gonna let it get to me and let it, like, I need a shift in my mindset. So in the past week, I have been applying this boss babe mentality. I have been saying, there's so many different examples, like in my romantic life, in my work life, in my personal life, in my day-to-day, in how I treat my body, in how I view things and people around me, from family to friends to partners to myself. Like, I've leveled up in a way that I'm like, if I die today or tomorrow, I think I'm okay. Like, I know I'm going to be okay. Like, I think one of my biggest fears that I've talked about quite often on the podcast is the fear of regret. I hate looking back at a time and thinking, fuck, why didn't I do that? Or why didn't I do something that was inspiring or exciting or this? And hence why I love the quote, do it for the plot. Okay, this episode is really flowing and I'm so proud of myself. I haven't done a podcast episode in a minute and I was just telling my brother, I don't know, like I need to get back into my groove and figure things out. And I'm not going to edit anything. So this is going to be unfiltered, uploaded as it is tomorrow. Well, today. So guys, the boss babe mentality. When my aunt mentioned this, what did I do and how did I apply this into my life? For me, it started off with dating and relationships. I told myself, listen, I am the prize, okay? And I know it may come across as self-centered and self-whatever, but I just genuinely thought, I am the prize. What? Prize? Prize. Sorry, guys. I am the prize. What is it about me? And why am I allowing people to treat me a certain way? And I kid you not. I'll give you two examples of recent examples. One person literally texted me after not texting for like a few days because they were busy hosting and doing stuff. And they were like, hey, when can we meet? Da, 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 da. And I was like, this is so crazy. And it's like, even with someone else I was speaking to, they were like, your mindset has really shifted. Like, I don't know what has happened. And I was just like, this is really interesting. So I think that's literally just on the romantic level. In terms of friends and what happened, I distanced myself from a few people who I was like, you're not healthy for me and I don't like how this is going. And they all reached out. Like, these 2-3 people reached out to me and they were like, hey, is everything okay? Has things been crazy? Like, I know things have been crazy with your grandmother being sick in the hospital. Thankfully, she's coming out today. 7th really is a blessed day, you guys. Like, it's absolutely insane. And I was like, this is amazing. So, anyway, back to the friends thing. Like, 2-3 people reached out to me. They're like, what's going on? And I'm like, you know what? I'm leveling up. I want people around me who are positive, who are energetic. And it's like, another thing my aunt mentioned is, you are royal, so act like you're royal. If someone isn't royal, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get the mindset. They're not going to get the tactics, the technology, the techniques that you are using and applying in your life. It's like prioritizing sleep, which I've been doing. I have been doing. There's a night or two that I've slept, but I have been sleeping well because of the stress that I've been under. And it's like, sorry guys, I don't know what keeps shifting. Let me hold the mic properly. Uno momento. Yeah, I think in terms of sleep, like I said, I've been walking a lot more and focusing on that. I have been prioritizing the things I need to prioritize. And these moments like today, I really wanted to be a little bit silly and do something I shouldn't do. Let's say meet someone or go somewhere and do something I shouldn't be doing, because it's like, bruh, life is crazy and I'm young and I want to have fun. But on the other hand, I'm like, no, we're not doing, like, today I'm literally tempted after this podcast episode to just do what I wanted to do, because I'm like, from tomorrow, after getting my grandmother in the hospital and sorry about that, after getting my grandmother from the hospital, my dad's also traveling and my mom's away, so I have to be literally the parent of the house. Being a firstborn is just crazy. But yeah, the whole idea of being a boss babe, you guys, is taking that mindset. It's knowing, like, the other aspect that I'm going to mention before I dive into the aspects I want to talk about, the different things. What I think this is sleep. Literally, I'm so sleepy, but I'm like, I want to do this podcast episode for you guys. The other thing that I was mentioning is work. At the moment, I'm working at a radio station, and this radio station, it's been 4 months, the place where my colleague passed away. And it was sort of like an intern volunteering thing. And I was like, I need to get my money now, because I've done 2 adverts that have gone live on the radio. I've presented the news. I've gone through every single department, and people are leaving, and I'm like, I either get paid or I find a job that pays. And luckily, I found a job that's offering to pay me money. It's not what I wanted, so I was like manifesting, and I was like, I am deserving of money. I have this much in my bank account, like the whole spiel. You guys, literally, I wrote it down on my notebook, and I was being very positive about it. I was just like, good things happen to me. I'm worthy of I am worthy of a good relationship. No, I also wrote, I am in a good relationship. I am making this much money a month. I do have this much savings in my account. I have a healthy and fit body. I am safe and sound. Like, all these different affirmations in a whole page, like the same sentence up until the bottom of the page, and then a new sentence, a new affirmation. And lo and behold, I got a call saying that they can meet my offer. And we haven't talked specific things, but they basically said that they can provide a salary, and we're going to talk money soon. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, the whole mindset, mentality, and how people around me are shifting their behavior towards me because of how I am embodying myself is very beautiful. And I'm like, I absolutely adore and love this mindset, and I think I'm going to do this moving forward. So, guys, live life like a boss, babe. Enhance and take that thing on. It's the whole idea of confidence. You're owning your voice and space. You're being disciplined versus burning out. You're figuring out how to work smarter and not harder. You're saying no without guilt. I found myself in situations where I've hanged up on friends or people who were so-called friends, or not picked up calls, or just protected myself because I'm like, I don't think this is healthy for me and I don't want this. And being a boss babe also means resting and enjoying your life while prioritizing your mental health. Like I just mentioned, mental health. Okay, I didn't just mention this, but I talked about resting and the importance of like moving my body and finding sleep. Saying that makes me want to yawn again. But it's the whole idea of you only live life once, and you have to embody the being the best version of yourself and really believe that things work out for you, because once you do believe that, things really do. And I think it's very beautiful and stunning and gorgeous and amazing. It's like romanticizing your life. I did a whole episode on that. It's like romanticizing the small wins, not just the big wins. It's about finding routines and rituals that help you feel in control. It's about setting boundaries with work, friends, or even relationships, just like I did. It's the mini habits that build your long-term confidence. For me personally, this comes in terms of affirmations, and journaling is a huge one. Is telling myself I'm gonna walk at least 7,000 steps minimum a day and hitting that goal. It's ensuring that I say a prayer every day. It's ensuring that I am confident and comfortable with me, and anything that affects that, I'm like, fuck this shit and fuck you. Plain and simple. There's no other way to put it. So, my beautiful aliens, I think I'm gonna wrap up here because I feel like I've been talking for an eternity. I am very sleepy, and I love you guys. I hope you guys stay healthy, wealthy, and thriving. I promise to be more consistent with the podcast. Life has really been chaotic. If you listened this far in, I'll tell you guys a crazy thing that happened at work. They literally brought a goat in and slaughtered the goat in the office to remove bad energy. And I have never in my life seen anything like that. Like, it creeped me the fuck out. Like, at one point, the person who's doing it fainted, and the animal removed a sound like a human that was really surreal and crazy. And I was like, what the fuck is what the fuck is this shit? I hope no one from work's listening, but if you are, like, honestly though, what the fuck was that shit? So, my beautiful aliens, I will catch you on the Patreon next week, where I will be discussing a whole, I did with two co-workers, where we talk about male chauvinism and women empowerment. All right, my loves, all my beautiful aliens, I will catch you next time. Bye.